What happens to your body if you start taking omega-3 for 30 days, or even eat more fish rich in omega-3? Did you know that this simple nutrient can transform your health? It's true. In this video, I will discuss everything about omega-3. For those who have fatty liver, could omega-3 worsen or improve this condition? What is the best time to take your omega-3 to ensure the maximum positive effects on your health? What are the benefits that omega-3 can bring to you? I will talk about the top 7 benefits. There are many others, and is there any risk associated with taking omega-3 in capsules? I'm going to spoil it for you. Yes, there are risks, and nobody talks about them. Perhaps omega-3 is not suitable for you. Watch until the end before heading to the pharmacy to buy it. And if you still decide to buy, how do you know if the omega-3 is of good quality? How many capsules should you take per day, and which is better, eating sardines or taking fish oil capsules? You will be surprised, curious yet. But first, go ahead and like the video. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our health tips, and turn on the bell to receive notifications. Also, it's very important that you spread this knowledge with your friends and family. Because when it comes to your health, our health is worth sharing. So share it. And tell me, do you take or have you taken omega-3 capsules? Did you feel any benefits, or do you prefer eating more fish? Where in the world are you from? Write it down below. What happens to your body when you start taking omega-3 every day for 30 days? Let's go. I'll ask a question. Do you think you consume enough omega-3 in your diet? Omega-3 is an essential fatty acid, which means it is very important for our body. But our body cannot produce it on its own. It must come from the diet. And there are 3 main types of omega-3, EPA, DHA, and ALA, as omega-3 can come from both animal and plant sources. Plant sources such as flax seeds, chia, walnuts, pumpkin seeds, as well as spinach and Brussels sprouts are rich in alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, one of the omega-3s. If you eat eggs, especially those with redder yolks or deep sea fish like tuna, mackerel, salmon, sardines, has, anchovies, trout, and cod, they are rich in the other 2 types of omega-3, EPA and DHA. Yes, alpha-linolenic acid can be converted to EPA and DHA, but it depends on each organism. Some people are efficient, but most cannot convert ALA well to EPA and DHA. The most reliable way to get EPA and DHA is to consume them directly and not depend on the body's conversion. So I'll ask again, are you consuming enough omega-3? I hope so, because about 70% of the world's population does not consume it as they should. And worse, there is an imbalance in the current diet between omega-6 and omega-3. In the past, when you ate beef, it was very rich in omega-3. The same happened with chicken, with pork, with fish. These animals did not eat feed or many grains. They went to graze. Today, if you go to buy a fish, even a salmon, for example, most have little omega-3 because they receive feed. The egg of the chicken has alpha-linolenic acid than EPA and DHA, except in those enriched or from free-range chickens. So in the past, there was a balance. The diet had a 1:1 ratio, 1 omega-6 to 1 omega-3. Now it has skyrocketed. It's 4, 17, 110, number 121. Omega-6 is found in vegetable oils, soy, corn, sunflower, and is seen as pro-inflammatory. It increases your body's inflammation, while omega-3 is anti-inflammatory. The amount of soy that is being processed to feed animals to make vegetable oils from the 60s until now, how it has risen. Clearly, the animals need to be fed. But that animal, which would be a source of omega-3, now with the feeds and soy is rich in omega-6. If you suffer from a lot of inflammation, have many joint pains, chronic fatigue, stiffness, swelling, skin changes, digestive problems, sometimes the problem is this high consumption of omega-6 from the current diet, which worsens inflammation, and lower consumption of omega-3, which is anti-inflammatory. So we need to return to the one balance as it was before, or as close to it as possible, just for the benefits of omega-3. So what are the top 7 benefits of omega-3 for your body? The 7th benefit: omega-3 can benefit your eyes. In 3 ways. One of the most important is that omega-3 fatty acid help reduce the risk of developing macular degeneration, which is one of the main causes of blindness in adults. One study showed that people with the highest level of omega-3 in their diet had a 30% lower chance of developing macular degeneration. And how interesting, but it doesn't stop there. Omega-3 can also help reduce the risk of elevated eye pressure, which can lead to glaucoma. And if you have very dry eyes, know that omega-3 can also help prevent and treat dry eye syndrome, where eyes do not produce enough tears and have those annoying symptoms of itching, burning, and redness in the eyes. One study showed that of the 32,000 women who participated, and those who consumed more omega-3 had a 17% lower risk of suffering from dry eyes. I started with the eyes, but now let's move on to the brain. The sixth benefit, omega-3, can help your brain both in memory and also in your mood. The increase in omega-6 in the diet came along with an increase in the same order of depression. The brain is rich in fats. About 60% of the brain is fat, and it has a lot of DHA. It is one of the most important lipids present in the brain, which helps neurons to function better, increases signal transmission, protects against oxidative damage, and also helps in neuroplasticity, helps you learn new things after you are old. Therefore, it can improve memory. It can improve mood. Many people, when they were little, their parents gave them cod liver oil, Scott's emulsion. They have omega-3. It will improve the brain, but it must not be very tasty. At my house, despite my mother being a neurologist, we never needed to take any of that. We ate fish, so omega-3 can increase the IQ of babies whose mothers ate a diet rich in omega-3. I remember I read that study when my wife was pregnant, and it's true. But it can also prevent cognitive decline, improve symptoms of anxiety, depression, and other psychiatric problems. Because it can reduce brain inflammation, and also protect against brain degeneration, slowing the loss of neurons. It can improve attention deficit. I think if I were to count, I've taken more than 10 years of omega-3 in my life. The fifth benefit, omega-3 can help improve your triglycerides. If you have high triglycerides, one way to reduce them is to increase omega-3 in your diet. Both ALA coming from chia, nuts, and flaxseed, but also fish and omega-3 capsules can greatly reduce your blood triglyceride levels. There also seems to be a small increase in HDL cholesterol, which is good. Reducing triglycerides can reduce your chance of forming fat plaques throughout the body, atherosclerosis, but also your risk of having pancreatitis, which is very serious and can also help with fatty liver. Yes, there is a study showing that a diet rich in omega-3 reduces hepatic steatosis. So if you have fatty liver, it's worth putting more omega-3 rich foods on your plate. The fourth benefit, which I already mentioned, omega-3 can reduce inflammation in your body. Omega-3, especially EPA, has anti-inflammatory properties. So DHA acts more in the brain and in the eyes, and EPA reduces inflammation, but the 3, right? ALA is also important. If you feel a lot of pain in your joints, omega-3 can help. There are studies showing that even fish oil supplements can reduce pain, reduce joint sensitivity, and even morning stiffness in people with rheumatoid arthritis. Enough to reduce the use of anti-inflammatory drugs from the pharmacy, which can attack your kidneys, among other things. The third benefit, it can reduce your blood pressure. If you have in blood pressure in people who have a Mediterranean diet and DASH diet, both rich in omega-3, but also in people who take fish oil supplements. And see how interesting. The effects of fish oil can be greater in people with moderate to severe blood pressure. Clearly, in that case, you will have to take medication for blood pressure as well. The second benefit of omega-3, it can improve your skin. You will look more beautiful from the inside out. Omega-3 positively influences the gut-skin axis, one of the main factors for radiant skin, as it can increase the good bacteria in your microbiota. Omega-3 can also regulate skin oiliness, improve hydration, reduce the risk of acne, and minimize soothing effect on irritations and dermatitis. So eating more omega-3 is an excellent strategy to achieve healthy, glowing, younger-looking skin. The first benefit, omega-3 can reduce your risks of heart disease. Here we go. Lower blood pressure, improvement in triglycerides, and an increase in HDL reducing inflammation. All of this lowers your risk. But there's a catch. Although research shows that people who eat more omega-3 from their diet, fish at least twice a week, have a lower risk of dying from heart disease. Taking fish oil supplements seems to bring few or no benefits to heart health. There's just one exception here. They are the strongest omega-3s, which are not available for sale. What are the strongest omega-3s? Vasipa and amarin that have high doses of EPA, and showed in the Reduce It study a 25% reduction in the relative risk of cardiovascular events. It is important to note that in the United States, you need a prescription, so you can't go to pharmacies and try to buy. You won't be able to. So I want you to answer me, is it better to eat sardines or take omega-3 capsules? What do you think? There's an article that came out this year in Frontiers in Nutrition, which was done by people from the Federal University of Uberlandia, Thai, in conjunction with the University of Worcester, which indicates that eating sardines 1 to 2 times per week, which is a possible thing to do, may be more beneficial than taking omega-3 capsules. Sardines should be seen as a functional food that, in addition to omega-3, has other things that protect the heart. The calcium, potassium, magnesium, zinc, iron, taurine, and arginine that can improve both cardiac function and hemodynamics. As Hippocrates, not as the Greek doctor father of Western medicine, said, "Let food be your medicine and medicine be your food." I repeat here, the best way to consume omega-3s through your diet, your food, sardines, anchovies, and even omega-3 enriched eggs. And omega-3 supplementation outside of the diet, right, has its risks. Yes, one of the main risks which nobody about is the increase in an arrhythmia that seems benign but is not. Atrial fibrillation. Atrial fibrillation is the most common arrhythmia in the elderly. And what gives more strokes and more dementia? Studies show that omega-3 supplementation can increase between 24–31%. WA and the European Agency will put a warning of this adverse effect, since if you had atrial fibrillation taking omega-3, you should definitely stop. Outside of that, omega-3 can interact with anticoagulants and antiplatelets, including herbs, supplements, ansats, can interfere with birth control pills. Be careful that a baby might come along as well as cause bad breath. Burpfish, heartburn, nausea, diarrhea, and skin irritation. Well, even with what I said, you think the ideal is to buy omega-3. How do you know if the omega-3 is of good quality? First of all, look at the color of the bottle. The ideal is a dark bottle which does not let in light. Avoid transparent bottles, because fish oil is highly susceptible to oxidative damage caused by light. The more opaque, the better. The second thing you should see is the expiration date. The further from the expiration date, the better. Same thing. The oxygen, time, light, spoil, make rancid that omega-3, which instead of having an anti-inflammatory effect, can have a pro-inflammatory effect, inflate you instead of deflating nashai, and how much omega-3 has to be in the capsule of DHA and EPA. Add the two. If you are to supplement, you should take more than 1 gram, 1,000 mg of omega-3, DHA, and EPA. Read the label. This one for every 2 capsules has 800 milligrams of EPA and 400 milligrams of DHA. So 2 capsules per day of this omega-3 is enough. There are others that to have the same dose, you have to take 4 or 6 capsules. There are 3 main sources that you can buy omega-3: fish oil, krill oil, algae oil. Fish oil is the cheapest krill oil. It's a crustacean that looks like a little shrimp that lives in very cold water. In the Arctic is more expensive. And algae oil is the most expensive of all, despite being the most ecologically correct, and I hope it will become cheaper. The best time for you to take the capsules is with meals, because it will be better absorbed with the fat from the food, in addition to being able to reduce those gastrointestinal tashti side effects, like reflux and fish taste. Prefer breakfast or lunch to avoid reflux that can affect your sleep. Oh, and of course also do not buy supplements for more than 3 months. As I said, they can become rancid, not in the pharmacy, but on your shelf. Did you like the video? Remember to share so that more people have this knowledge. Remember to subscribe. And until the next video, thank you very much.